So welcome back, and yes, it is the day. It is the day where silage is finally starting here on the farm. I'm just over here, feeding my calves, checking my heifers, and just before we do move on, ringworm, basically gone. Just that girl over there, but it's gone of her too. The hair is starting to grow back everywhere through her. Even here, a small little few dots in this one. Hair's growing back, so the sunlight has killed it completely off the rest of them. So ringworm issue has more or less, ringworm issue now is just fading away. So, but all of our silage is now mowed out, and it's hard to see with this here, but it's lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely leafy grass. Really nice. You can see it on the ground yourself, the way it's starting to turn a little silvery colour. And this was only mowed out yesterday evening about 6 o'clock, and this is 10 o'clock in the morning. So you can see the way it's drying. We have a nice wind that's blowing across here, and it's just drying everything out really well. There's our neighbours all around us are all mowing at the minute as well, so everybody's gone into real mowing action. There's fields out everywhere above them heifers. I see it even across here on the far side. There's plenty of stuff mowed out. Just people are trying to get in as much as they can in the next few days. I only sowed about half the fertilizer we'd normally sow, but it did get lame last year. So I'm holding it responsible because we have a heavy crop the year, and even with myself and Ivan, when I got over as well to get mowing some myself, I noticed quickly enough it was very heavy. The spray worked really well. There's no weeds. You can see down that sward there, there's zero weeds. So we got a really good kill on the Dawkins. Maybe a couple just up around the top, but I'm only talking small amounts. But it's nice to have a crop of grass with no Dawkins in them. I didn't get to film any of the mowing because, to be honest with you, we didn't get much time to prepare. It kind of jumped on us all of a sudden, so I needed to get the mower up and running and out the gate going, and just been under pressure just to get it done, all done last night, because we didn't finish till quite late last night. And then trying to get them covers over the walls at home and get the pit all kind of sorted and do the milking as well. I'm only one person, so yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get those things done. So I didn't pick up a camera. There'll be second and third cuts to be got. You'll see plenty of mowing before the year's out, but I was just glad to see the thing dropped and organised, and now we can get the thing into the pit hopefully this evening, and maybe even get it covered this evening. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's a step in the right direction. Let's get home now and have a quick look at the pit. Another little thing that kept me out late last night was the crossroads. Just trimming the grass back in the crossroads, because that old white stuff, see that old kind of, I don't know what it's called, my father calls it a potato plant. I don't know, think that's the name of it. But I just wanted to trim off all the crossroads so the guys, at least when they're drawing, they can see where they're going, because that was completely blind beforehand. And that took a little while, but it was worth doing. It keeps the lads safe when they're going in and out, because this can be a busy road, and this is a fast part of the road here. And lads are in a kind of in a rush to get the next man. At least they can get out and see where they're going. Here is our pit. And by no means does it look pretty. Well, no, but we had to actually do it this way. We had to put plenty of silage to hold the covers on, because yesterday was a living dread. As soon as we went to put them covers across the walls, the wind just picked up and it took out on us. So we actually left it for an hour. It seemed to calm down again, and we tried it again, and again the wind picked up, and we just had to keep on it. And I will be totally honest with you that there was 2 times where I said, the hell with this, we're not bothering doing it, it's just too much hassle. Yeah, trying to put covers across walls in weather like this, no joke. It was just a pain in the backside, but thankfully my brother and my good wife gave me a hand, and we managed to get it done. This side wasn't as bad because the wind was blowing from this direction, and it helped us actually get it across the wall. But this side here, it was a nightmare. We ventured on and we got it done. We have pipes running as well on both sides, and we're leaving this one down the centre as well. We had to put plenty of bags down along this side just to keep it from going mad, because it really was going mad. But anyway, it's done, it's ready. The only thing to do now, I suppose, start lifting it. Right, and it's the first 2 loads is in. Gary's playing catch up here. I actually think there's 4 loads sitting on top of that silage pit. See, Gary's driving a new Volvo. That looks like a new Volvo. Yeah, that's a new machine. What is it? An L70H. Amazing the power that thing has. I remember when I was younger, guys used to come, and if you got a bad man put up silage, he'd leave it all in a big clump in the middle of the pit, and then it'd be about 4 men with grapes, and they'd be wolfing into it trying to spread it out. You have to look at machinery nowadays, and it always reminds me of one thing when I was younger. When I was a kid, about 7, 8 years of age, I remember silage. I absolutely loved silage time. I used to mark the calendar down about 2 months before silage time, and when my father would tell me the silage lads are coming, I would be watching down the lane for the full day, maybe 2 days before that, just watching and watching on them to come, because I was really excited. But my mother wouldn't let me out of the house. I understand why that is now, because I'm a parent myself, but that time it was very unfair because I really wanted to get out in the middle of it, but my mother would not let me because I was young, and she was right, of course. But I used to get round that one by waiting until the guys would come in for dinner. I used to have a heap of boys that all come in for dinner lying around the table, and I used to sneak out the back door of the house, and my mother would say, look, you can go up, don't go on the pit, you can play around the front of the pit, but do not go on that pit, because it was quite high that time and there was no walls, which I didn't. What I went and done instead was I always got up on this machinery. I always got up on all the tractors and I loved it. It was the best feeling ever. I remember that time it was all double chop, and the guy that cut our silage had TW20s, TW25s. There was a Ford 7000 drawn in, if I remember right. The old wooden trailers. Remember they were cage trailers, steel cage trailers, small ones on single axles. That's what they had that time, and then they had a few wooden side trailers as well. It just feels like a lifetime ago, but it was great. I remember it so well. They were very fond memories, until my mother, of course, would come up and say, get into the house, and then it was all over. But you know what, nowadays we look at it different. Now that I'm the parent and I'm watching my kids to keep away from the pit, it's just all done its cycle, if you get what I mean. But a lot of people, if you grew up on a farm and you made pit silage, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now all I really want is to make good silage, dry silage, and celebrate when the cover is on the pit. And that's just the way it is now. I do still enjoy seeing the silage being made. It's a lovely feeling. Smell of nice fresh grass. Even when I do have sinus problems, I can still smell a bit of the grass. But it just goes to show the tractors them days, oh, they're dwarfed compared to what is now. It's just amazing how things has changed. Mind you, TWs 20s or TW25s were big tractors them days, and you know they still are a fair size of a tractor, but they're just dwarfed by what is nowadays. But what will it be like in another 20 years or 30 years? It'll be amazing to see. So we're about halfway there, and there's where our pit stands at the minute. I'm saying around the middle of the rails. We'll see when it's done, but it's stocking up nicely. No run as of yet. A little bit of moisture in it, yes, of course there is, but dead on. All in all, happy man to see it going in. We'll be a happier man when I see it covered. But we're going to attempt to cover this because it's gone 4 o'clock there now, and I'll get the milking done while my brother and a few others tidy the pit up for me, and then we're going to give it a good roll and we're going to cover it tonight and get it all done and finish with. So tomorrow, Sunday, we can take a little bit of time off. And just like that, Silage 2022 is over. It's been actually a few days since that was filmed. And look behind me, you can see the gates is up, the cords is up, everything is completed. We got this pit finished and we're in the house done at 9:30 that night. So a really, really good day. Considering we didn't start lifting our silage till about 2:30, 3 o'clock, it was a really good day. A lot of us just pulled together. I have to thank my family, they're absolutely amazing. My wife, my brother Martin, and his kids, of course, as well. And there was a crew of us. You didn't see half the crew there because there were a big camera shy, and some of them had to go away actually as well. So we had a lot of us. There's actually 15 of us lives up this lane. You wouldn't believe that, but this is quite a busy house. There's a lot happening here around. You just don't get to see them that often on the camera, or see a lot of them at all, but we have plenty of help. So it's great to get that all done. Also, the Chambers crew just knocked it out of the park like they do every year. There's 2 guys, Aidan and Oliver. Aidan is the older brother of Oliver, if I'm right, and he was driving the John Deere. I forget which one it was. He was driving one of the John Deeres, and he pulled up at me and he said, "My brother watches you all the time." Oliver, he's my younger brother, and this is his first year working with us. I was here before, he said, but he never was here before. And would you give him a mention? So Oliver, I did get speaking to you before you left. We had a good old chat about your farm and things while I was milking the cows, so I was very pleased to meet you. Big lump of a lad. I'm 6'1", and he just towered above me. I don't know what height he was, but anyway, nice meeting you, and it was nice to get all done and in. Slurry tanker is on the 7.6. We're slurry finished, because this is but 3-4 days after that was done, and slurry's all out. The weather has been very mixed since. Showers and then dry spells and showers again. It's just keeping the ground damp the whole time, and it seems to be now even getting wetter. But I'm hoping for the weekend that the weather is to pick up, because I know there's a lot of men out there who want to get their silage in, and I hope then people do get a break in the weather and get their silage in, because it's nice to see everybody getting their grass picked up off the ground and in on the covers, whether it's bale or pit, just to get the thing finished. Another thing you might have noticed is it's starting to rain here now, and I'm in a t-shirt as always, and me with a dose of the flu. I'm absolutely dose to the last with the flu, so forgive me for that if you can hear it on my voice. But the bags out on their own. We covered the whole pit. You seen it there on the time lapse. So easy and clean. Our clothes was all clean. Well, nobody was dirty. You could do it at a pair of runners on you. Just going to try to get in out of the rain here. But that's it, that's the pit covered and everything done for 2022. I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you want to support the channel, give us a sub, give us a like, ring the little bell in the top hand right hand corner to notify you when videos is up. Until the next one, we talk to you again.